So, I was in Palm Beach, Florida last week, and I happened to be invited to the rather secretive Everglades Club by an equally secretive friend of mine. I was enjoying a Negroni, as one does, when I overheard her. A woman in her late 50s with an 18-carat white gold and diamond Cartier crash watch very casually wrapped around her left wrist. And this woman, this very specific, very particular kind of woman that you don't accidentally meet, articulated the most uncanny and the most precise idea about the concept of marrying rich that I have ever heard in my life. And I mean that. She said, if no one knows you're doing laundry, then no one can put bleach in the washer. This is the secret to dating and marrying rich. You must keep your intentions a secret. Keep them to yourself. Never, and I mean never, share your aspirations with your insecure friends. Your loving but very middle class family. Or worse, your going nowhere fast co-workers. You know the ones. The ones who are perfectly, contentedly, almost proudly okay with clocking in and clocking out for the next 43 years of their lives. Look, I'm not saying you're surrounded by bad people. Not exactly. It's just that if you are genuinely honest with yourself, your life has become saturated with people who have good intentions, but sadly, a very, very low ambition influence on you. If you share with your close-knit circle that you are capable of imagining and planning for your life way more than they can ever even fathom, they'll get scared because to them, the unknown is scary. Wealth is an unknown concept to them. They've never been wealthy, they've never managed large sums of cash, and they won't even allow themselves to dream of more. The unknown feels like danger. And because they're caring friends, they want to protect you from that danger. That's their good intentions. So they'll plant doubts in your mind and say working class comments like, oh, but what if he leaves you and you end up with nothing? Another popular one you can expect? Rich guys always cheat. Yeah, okay. As if a middle class man leaving you was going to be so much better. As if no general manager at the local fast food joint has ever cheated. And there you have it. The good intentions full of low ambition influence I was talking about earlier. Those average life friends have also glamorized and normalized the concept of situationships, keeping a guy around even if both parties know deep down in their bones it's going absolutely nowhere. How romantic. If you want to date up and marry well, you shouldn't be surrounded by losers. And don't you dare underestimate how much affluent men will judge you by the company that you keep. They are watching. They are always watching. You've got to be free and available for successful men. And that means you've got to be completely free from any situationships. Marrying rich requires focus. And that F-boy whose only real talent, his singular God-given gift to this world, is texting you out of the blue with, I miss you. When you are 99.97% ready to move on, he has to go. He needs to be fully, completely, permanently wiped out of your life. Now, I won't advise you to block his number, block his social media, any of that. No, that's amateur hour. I'll advise you to do something way more powerful and permanent. Change your number. Change your social media. Change your email address. Cut off the mediocre energy. All of it gone. Dating successful men and marrying one is something that, well, for a variety of reasons, most women will never have. But sure, keep entertaining the situationship. That'll work out beautifully. If you want something most women will never have, You have to be willing to do something they would never do, like becoming a version of yourself you didn't even know was possible. Drive to the wealthiest neighborhood in your city on a Tuesday afternoon around 2 p.m. and walk into the busiest restaurant you can find. You'll see what you need to see. Those women who have married rich and don't need to work, oh, the tragedy of it all. Lounging, lunching, living their very difficult lives. Look at what kind of shape they're in, because that's the shape you need to be in. Now, you may hate me for saying it. Good, I'll survive. I'm not here to be loved. I'm here to tell the truth to the women who are actually brave enough to hear it. Wealthy men never marry women who don't have a great figure. They never marry women who don't work out. They never marry women who regularly eat takeout and fast food. And they absolutely, certainly, without question, do not marry women who are even 10 pounds overweight. Sorry, they just don't. Your figure is your entry card to higher society. You have to fit in. And fitting in, darling, means looking the part, not almost looking the part, not working on looking the part, looking the part. So study those women in their expensive locales on a Tuesday afternoon. Really look at them and make a plan, a serious, committed, no excuses plan to build a body that belongs in that world. A wealthy man once told me he was looking for a woman that, and I quote, knows what she has. Groundbreaking, I know. But he was right. Confidence is the only currency these men cannot buy for you. It's what every high-end man wants. Because all day long they are building up subordinates, managing egos, keeping entire organizations moving. So when they are finally off the clock, the absolute last thing they want, the very last thing, is a woman who doesn't know who she is, has no boundaries, and no self-worth to speak of. They get enough of that at the office. So here's your come to Moses moment. Look at those women and their Pilates figures, and ask yourself honestly, if I had to be in a bikini on a beach, surrounded by them, and a room full of successful men right now, could I hold my own? Could you stand there and think, I may not be better than anyone, but I'm absolutely as good as anyone else in the room? Your mother probably never shared any of this advice with you, but that's okay. I'm Ruthless Reese, and I'm your mother now. And look, we'll talk again soon, but one super important thing before I go. You really need to keep all of this between us. I know. You're dying to tell your average life friends everything you just learned. Don't. It's for your own good. Because remember, if no one knows you're doing laundry, no one can throw bleach in it. I love you, and I want the best for you. I really do.